everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Decision Hour. I'm Adam, and with me, as always, Patty.
Adam, how's it going?
It goes. It
Good.
goes. It goes. Yes. Yes. I think today we are continuing on with the series of Mind Shift.
Mm-hmm.
Is that correct?
Yes, it is. And today we're going to be talking about something that probably has made people do a double take on this show.
Okay.
Slaying your demons.
Like King Arthur, like fighting a dragon?
Kind of, I guess, if you're the imaginary type.
Okay. All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, I like using pictures to
Kind of paint.
describe.
Yeah.
Like paint a picture of what we're doing here today. So, yeah, I mean, you can, when we talk about demons, we talk about our fears,
Okay.
our insecurities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So how do you slay your demon? Do you have any demons?
Yeah, I mean, I have a few. Of course, I am human. It's hard to believe, I know. But, when we were talking about doing this show, I thought my biggest obstacle, my demon, if you were to say it, I guess, would be second guessing myself.
Now, why do you think you do that?
I don't know. I need to get to the root of that so I stop it. But I'll use this as an example.
Okay.
How many times have I sat at the computer and I'll write this really good post? I think it's a really good post. And then I post it. And maybe there's a picture of me on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'll put a picture of myself and I'll put like the story about whatever it is I'm doing. And then like an hour later, I think maybe I shouldn't have posted that. Like I get insecure. So I guess insecurity
Is your demon?
I'm
Okay.
insecure
All right.
sometimes. And I need to stop second guessing myself. So sometimes I'll even like remove the post because I'm like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have posted that. Or maybe people will think that I'm being self-absorbent, or maybe people will think that I'm whatever.
So you're worried about what other people think.
Yeah.
So that's kind of that's a demon in itself.
Yeah. It's a horrible demon.
Well, how does that make you feel?
Not good. Yeah, not good.
So what are you going to do about it?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying really hard. I've been working on stepping out of my comfort zone now for over a year now.
Right, yeah.
Been doing some of these photo shoots. I had somebody tell me like, well, you sure you put some pictures of yourself up. And I'm like, yeah. And then I get insecure about it and I'll take them down, or I'll hide them, or I'll archive them, and I got to stop doing that.
Yeah, who cares what other people think?
Yeah, I know.
You're not doing it for them, are you?
No. And, when I do make those posts, I can see that it is helping other people.
Yeah. I think that's the biggest thing is like sometimes you don't realize, you're always, we did a show on jealousy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're always going to have people that are jealous about it or whatnot, or they're going to have their opinion. Fine, have your opinion. They're entitled to it. I don't give a shit, but whatever. You know what I mean? And the other part of it is when you don't realize, or we as people forget to realize when we do stuff like that, like who it might be helping. Like, man, like she's so secure with herself, and she's got so much confidence in herself to do something that I wish I could do that, or that's inspired me to do something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I have heard that a lot. And it's funny because then I'm like, oh, if you only knew how I felt, maybe I'll write about how, what I've had as my insecurities, or my, I don't have low self-esteem per se, but I do care maybe too much about what people think sometimes.
Yep. I get it.
What about you?
I got a lot of demons. I've had a lot of demons in my past. I think the biggest thing that, if there's a demon, the biggest thing that I would fear would be something happening to my son and me not being there.
Yeah, that's a hard one.
That would be, and it's one of those things where whether I'm there or not a damn thing you can do about it. You know what I mean? And that's hard to swallow, as a parent. When I was younger, I did a lot of dumb stuff. I made a lot of poor choices. I made a lot of poor choices financially. I made a lot of poor choices in my life, and I got it. I ended up getting a tattoo of my high school sweetheart's name on my arm. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, you guys are gonna learn some stuff today. So sit back, pop some popcorn, grab a drink. Yeah, you're gonna learn today. I did it in like old English lettering, or really small enough to where if it didn't last, I could cover it up, right? So fast forward, relationship didn't work, and I ended up getting it covered up, and I got a demon tattooed on my arm, and it's I call it my inner demon, and it reminds me every day of what I don't want to be, and it covers up a piece of my past, and I look at it like my tattoos. I got several tattoos, but the one that I'm talking about specifically looks like something evil, and I'm a Christian man, and you're like, well, if you're a Christian, why are you wearing stuff like that? Because for me, it's a constant reminder of the things that I did when I was younger that I don't want to do. I don't want to travel down that path anymore. I don't want to do some of the things that I did. And not that I don't necessarily regret anything, because I don't believe you should regret anything, because it helps mold and make you the person that you are today. And I'm grateful. I'm forever grateful that I am the person that I am today. But it covers up a piece of my past, and it reminds me of who I don't want to be. And it kind of also reminds me that when I'm feeling down, depressed, or whatnot, it's a reminder that not to let that stuff get to me. I think one of the things that I have feared most, or sometimes when I feel depressed, I feel like I'll say the demons are coming to play. And it's like my inner fears and stuff, like maybe I'm not strong enough to get through this, or maybe I'm not a good enough parent, I'm not a good enough business owner, I'm not a good enough friend, or whatever I'm feeling at the time. I feel like sometimes those demons suck you in. And so I have to go for how I deal with it is sometimes I'll look at my arm and realize this is all just a smokescreen. This is evil trying to lure you in because you're doing something. I'm a threat. I talk to myself like I'm a threat. I'm a threat to evil, right? Because I have these big goals and dreams that I want to accomplish in life, and I want to help people and make the world a better place. And that's a threat to the evilness. It's a threat so the demons try to, every now and then will show up when I'm feeling down because I don't feel like I'm good enough, or I don't feel, whatever the case may be. And they try to draw me into that side of things, whether it's depression, whether it's my self-esteem, whether it's just feeling down. And I guess I'll even go as far as saying whether I'm just having a pity party for myself. And I have to remember when those times come, when the demons come and play, that I'm stronger than that. I'm better than that. And I know that even through my faith, like with God, and putting a biblical spin on this, if you will, like I know that I'm not in it alone, and that I'll be able to get through it.
Mm-hmm. Now, a couple of things that I've been doing to work on slaying my demons are one thing that I have a problem with is I'm a control freak.
What?
Yeah.
No, you're not.
To a point. I like to be in control of my surroundings and my situations.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather drive instead of being a passenger most of the time.
Okay.
There's very few people that I mind driving me around. So, you know, if you listen to our past episodes, you heard that I went to the Keys recently, which led to a string of events of me being in midlife crisis, probably. But I ended up going kneeboarding. And I did this because it was completely out of my comfort zone, but also because it was out of my control to a point. So those of you who know me know that I live in Florida. And those of you who know Florida know that the lakes can have alligators in them, right? I didn't think about that when I was going kneeboarding at first until my son says, my son's like, hey, Mom, you're going at alligator feeding time. And I was like, oh my gosh, like that would be out of my control if there's an alligator in this lake, right? So I'm like, okay, I'm going to go kneeboarding. I get on this kneeboard and I make it like 10 feet and I fall off. So I was like, I'm like, okay, that's not bad because it's still really close to the shore. It's not deep there. Like there's a lot of action going on here. Scare the alligators away. No, not really. But so I get on the kneeboard again. And to my surprise, I made it like halfway around the lake at this point, right? On the kneeboard. And I'm going fast and I'm like eating water and it was like super fun. And then I get around the first corner and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to make it around this whole lake. And I get to about 3/4 of the way through and I fall off my board. Pretty much as far away from the shore as you can get in this lake. And I have to swim from this far distance all the way over to the shore. And it was super deep and super scary because you cannot see anything. And like in the water, it's like lake water, you know, it's like, ooh.
Right.
So I'm swimming to shore and I wasn't thinking about alligators until like I was swimming a little while. I'm swimming and I'm like, holy crap. Like there could be an alligator in here. And I'm like kicking my feet like, come eat me. So I'm like swimming to shore. So I was like scared because that was something out of my control. But once I made it to shore and I made it back to the beginning of the course, I was really proud and really like, I was just really proud of myself that I made it.
So I have to ask, since your son said, were there alligators in that lake?
We had not seen any alligators in that lake, and the people who ran the lake said that they had not seen any because if they do have alligators, they have them taken away. However, when you get up to the shore line, like from where I was, and I had to walk around all the way back to the beginning of the obstacle course, You're in the middle of the woods. So, I mean, in my opinion, there's probably alligators somewhere around there. I mean, or what else is there? There's water moccasins in Florida. Definitely. Absolutely. I mean, there's like lots of snakes. There's rattlesnakes. There's all sorts of stuff. So I made that. So without getting too long-winded, I decided last weekend to go diving for the first time, scuba diving in the ocean. And that was scary to me because I'm relying on this respirator to give me the oxygen underneath the water. So for the first hour, it took a good hour for me just getting used to diving and being out of my normal situation. And the water was a little murky there too. It wasn't horrible, but it wasn't the greatest. Like, I mean, it's easy for a shark to swim up on you and you not to see it until it's literally within a couple feet of you because of the cloudiness of the water, because there were a lot of boats out that day. But I did both of those things to prove to myself that I could do it, for one, but also that some things are not in my control and they can still be beautiful. Like my kneeboarding, it was a beautiful experience all in all. The diving was amazing to see some of those beautiful fish and some things I've never seen underwater because I had never been able to go that deep and continuously breathe underwater, while you're doing it. You have to pop up for air normally. So, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, it was challenging, but it turned out beautiful.
Right on. So, the moral of the story, when I say slay your demons, what would it be?
I think that for me, anything that has been scary in my life, if I have a mind shift and I figure out how to overcome that demon, so to say, or overcome that trial, then I'll have a triumph, and that's much greater in the end.
Dig that. Yeah, I can see that. I think mine would just be, I kind of wear it as a badge of honor now, because I know that I've kind of accepted the fact that every now and then they're going to show up, and I've recognized when I start feeling that way, so I'm able to ready myself and it not be as bad as maybe it would have been when I didn't know what was going on, if that makes sense. That makes sense?
Absolutely.
So if you're out there and you have, inner demons or demons that you're dealing with, first off, reach out, talk to somebody. Let me and Patty know. We'll help you out any way that we can. Get involved with stuff. Do stuff. Keep yourself busy. That's another thing, is staying busy helps slay your dragons. Or demons, excuse me. Helps.
Dragons.
Yeah.
You're thinking of, what's that show?
That TV, the cartoon, Slay Your Dragon.
Oh, I was thinking of the bot. What is it? GOT. Game of Thrones.
I've never watched it.
Me either, but I keep seeing all the stuff about that on the internet.
So, we're coming up on time, Patty. Is there anything else that you want to say about slaying your demons?
I think that if you feel like your demons are getting too strong, go talk to a professional.
Yep, I totally agree. And I'd say that, if you're not alone, if you ever feel like you're alone when the demons come, you're not. Know that you're not. If you're listening to this, then you got two people right now that will be there for you. And you can reach out to us, send us an email, thedecisionhour@gmail.com. Follow us, send us a message. We're on the social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, the Twitter, whatever else is out there. But that's, reach out to us, and we'll get back and make sure that we're here, is what we're saying. We're here for you. So that's all the time we have, Patty.
Yeah,
that was a good one. That was a good one. Good. Slay your demons, folks. So before we let you go, wanted to give a special thanks to Heroes Media Group, our home network. They got a ton of stuff going on over there, some new shows, new articles, and some new services that they're offering. So go check them out. Simply go to www.heroesmediagroup.com. Until next time, for Patty, I'm Adam. You've been listening to The Decision Hour.